sinkholes, we've recently had a few people that came in with some sinkhole issues. So when you're selling a home, they may not tell you that they put in a claim for a sinkhole. It doesn't matter if there was a sinkhole on the property or not. If a claim went in for a sinkhole, people come out and said, yep, there's no sinkhole here, so there's no coverage. It's still a stigma that sticks with that house for the rest of the life of the house. So until they change the laws here in Florida, they can't get regular insurance. No company wants them, period. It's going to come up. Some places might tell you your only option is to go for outside insurance. Well, Citizens is still an option. It's not optimal, but it's still cheaper than going for outside, to the outside companies, the non-standard companies. What happens with that, you're paying twice as much as you're going to pay for Citizens. So even though Citizens is kind of a crap policy, it still gets you insurance for cheaper. But if you have to close that house right away, we can still put you in outside lines, but then I can immediately reshop it and get it. It takes a while to get it into Citizens. So if you have a close closing date that's coming up, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get it into Citizens, and then coverage doesn't even start till a month after that. So to get it closed, get it right away. Like I said, there's Lloyd's of London, there's all kinds of companies we have that we can put it with, but you're going to pay double. What you need to do that, you still have to have that subsidence report. So even if there wasn't a sinkhole and people think, oh, there wasn't a sinkhole on it, no problem, you still have to have that original subsidence report. You're going to need a 4-point inspection on it, and that 4-point has to be within 90 days. But it just happened recently. A guy up in Covington, there was a sinkhole claim on his property, and those houses aren't all that old up there. And we got his insurance form for under $1,000, where he would have been paying $2,000 or $4,000. But most of the sinkholes I've had insured have been around $2,200, and they've been, maybe even remediated for 10 years. So that's pretty much it on the sinkholes.
Yes, and it's timed. That's the big key there. If the house has had a sinkhole, first of all, it never goes away. That house is labeled for life right now as a sinkhole, but it's time. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to get a policy issued with the sinkhole. We can go through surplus lines and get it quicker, but then the customers will be paying $3,000 to $4,000, so we'll flip them to Citizens. But it's a process. And how we got started with, we had agencies that just gave up, and people were calling us going, hey, we need insurance. And so I'll give it to Doraine. She stuck it out. Was on the phone for hours with Citizens and got the first one through, about 2 years ago, and now we're getting them along through underwriting. So trends. I want to talk about trends. The roofs. Of course, the trending roofs. 14 years, no more than 15 years. So that's a big one when you're out talking to your client and they want to sell their house. They need to either come down the price or you need to have the front that roof's right at 15 years old, and it's going to be a problem.